Here we're gonna learn about filter. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not seen the video on map, I would strongly recommend you to check that out. Link is given in the description section. If you do so, it's gonna be very simple to understand the filter. If you don't want to do so, you can still continue. It will be okay. Now let's try to understand filter function with the help of questionnaire. What filter does? It applies. What it applies? It applies a given function. And where does it applies the given function? It applies on each item in a given sequence. Now what is sequence? The sequence is nothing but list, tuple, sets, etc. And then what happens, right? Then it returns the list of items wherever the condition was true. Let's try to frame this thing in one sentence. It says it applies the given function on each of the item in a given sequence and returns a filtered sequence of items wherever the condition was true. What is the syntax? The syntax is you write filter, open the bracket, then put the function and then put the I-triples. You can say function or condition. Let's take an example. I want to say filter all. Okay, apply this function first on this I-triple, and wherever the length of each of the item is greater than 3, return me a list of that. Okay, so that's what I want over here. In the map, we simply check the length of this thing, right? But in filter, we are checking the length and we are getting the list of only those items where the length is greater than 3. This is the example. Okay, let me take you to the Jupyter notebook and try to explain you with the help of an example. So here we have, here I'm taking another example. Okay, what I showed you on the board, it's different from that. So here I have a list of salary. Now what I want is, I want to find the list of salaries which are above mean and below mean, right? I want to create two lists out of this. How can I do that? For that, first thing which I'm gonna do is find the mean of this thing. All right, so for that I'm gonna use NumPy library, and with the help of that I found the mean value. I will just store it in a variable called mean. Now this is a store. Now all that I need to do is apply a function on each of the item in this list and get the list of that. Let's try to use map first. What happens if you have seen the video on map? Then let's try to do that. And here I'm directly going to use the lambda function. I'm not going to explain that in a very scratch or very layman way, because that's something which I have explained in the previous video. Lambda x, this is the argument, and then after that I'm going to put the expression. What is the expression that I want to check is wherever x is greater than mean. That's something which I want to return, right? First I want to check and then I want to return. Then what is the sequence on which I want to apply this salary? So if you do this, here you are getting true, false, true, false, true, false, etc., right? But we require a concrete list of all the salaries wherever the salary is above the mean. Let me print the mean first. So the mean is 51.125. We can take it 51.12. Okay, now let's find the list of all the salary which are greater than mean. How can we do that? So for that, all that you need to do is just apply the filter function. So here this comes filter, and you're gonna write lambda function for this. Oops, sorry, lambda, and here I'm going to say x, where return me the list of x wherever it is greater than 3. Sorry, not 3 but mean, wherever it is greater than mean, and then supply the sequence. The sequence is this. Now hit enter. This is happening. Now what I'm gonna do is I am just going to say list and then do this. Now here it is, right? If you want to store this in a variable, you can say above mean. Okay, and then you can print above mean, and then you see. Now whenever needed you can use this thing, right? Now I want to create another variable which is called below mean, and in that what I want to do is I want to create and put a list of all the items wherever the filter, wherever the salary is less than its mean. Okay, Now filter lambda, the x, and x is wherever this x is less than mean, then I want to have that list. Okay, now if you put this and you print below mean, then you got the list. Okay, so you see over here what it does is filter first applies the function or condition on the given sequence and then gives you a list of all those items wherever the condition was true. So this is how it helps you, okay, to filter from a sequence or list. I just hope that it was clear to you. Just in case of any doubt, put that into the comment section. I'll definitely try to help you out. Until then, happy learning. Wish you very all the best.